What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Queen Toss Crime. I am back with another video. First and foremost, I want to say shout out to all my old and new subscribers. Shout out to my members. Shout out to my moderators. Yeah. Also, before we get into this video and the Jelani update, I do want to let you guys know, I'm going to go over the disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes and news reporting, and it will be posted right here on the right hand side of the corner. All right, so let's get into it. So today I'm going to be bringing y'all a Jelani Day update. Okay, so y'all get ready for this Jelani Day update. Y'all, when I talk fast, I don't know. It's like the bigger I get in my pregnancy, I don't have no, what is it? I don't have no air. It's like I'm running out of air. He's in my lungs. Okay. But anyway. So the Jelani Day bill passes. So this is the update, y'all. This came out the end of February, 2 weeks ago, 14 days ago. A very recent update. I don't want nobody to miss out on any new information that's going on with Jelani Day. So the Jelani Day bill passes. Illinois State Senate will give FBI cases where remains can't be ID'd. Okay. So any type of cases where, you know, there's the issue with the remains, the FBI cases, FBI will be involved. Okay. And that bill was just passed. And this source is from ABC Chicago. So y'all can pull it up. Okay. So in Springfield, Illinois, the Jelani bill has officially passed in the Illinois State Senate. The bill would require a coroner. Now y'all listen very closely. Okay. The bill would require a coroner or medical examiner to notify the FBI when human remains are not identified within 72 hours of discovery. So when you discover a body, let's break this down. When you discover some remains, law enforcement, police, detectives, wherever city or state let me say Illinois, because it's in Illinois right now. That bill's in Illinois only. Illinois, police, detectives, whatever. Y'all discover a body, and you have an issue with IDing who it is, which I don't know how, because you can still identify bones. People do that with no problem. We just did for Petito's case. Brian Laundrie, bones with no problem. That's why I say I smell BS when you say you can't identify. When they just identify Brian Laundrie by his skull. So if you can identify bones, you can identify a body that's intact but has damage, because there's still blood and fluid and things in the body. So therefore, I don't even understand how you would have a hard time, but whatever. let them tell they had a hard time identifying Jelani Day, which, in my opinion, you didn't. You was down there 22 days lying about a chemical that you could have borrowed from the next examiner office to put a rush on him, on his identification, but you didn't. But yeah, so y'all was playing around and destroying evidence for 22 days you had his body. We know that. Okay. But this bill will require them to notify FBI as soon as they can't identify remains, and you have to notify them within 72 hours. That is 3 days. So if you are having a problem or feel like you cannot identify and you tried by blood, DNA, dental, a FEMA, because y'all did a bunch of things to Jelani Day. But whatever it is and you can't identify a person, you need to notify FBI in 3 days of discovery. So, for those who don't know, Jelani Day was a graduate at ISU in Bloomington when he disappeared at the end of August. His body was identified weeks after he was reported missing, having been pulled from the Illinois River near Peru. The FBI is still investigating his death and is hoping to get more information from Day's close contacts to better understand the circumstances surrounding his death. The agency is engaging in a coordinated nationwide multi-platform social media campaign to identify new leads, including offering a $10,000 reward. Now, we already talked about a $10,000 reward that the FBI? Yeah, and a couple of agents came together when the mother and the family already put up 25 for anybody that for any tips for Jelani Day. So they still got the $25 plus you add this 10, and at the end I'm gonna let you know what they accumulated in the GoFundMe as well. Okay. So an attorney. So Jelani Day's mom shows why she believes foul play was involved in her son's death. An attorney for Day's family has also called for the FBI to investigate Day's death as a hate crime. So from the beginning, Day's mother has questioned the investigation by the police and the LaSalle County Sheriff. And so with that being said, the LaSalle County ruled Day's death a drowning. But his family and their attorney reject that notion and wants the FBI to investigate the case as a hate crime. Which, like I said, with everything, and we've been on this from the beginning, everything does point to a hate crime. The desecration of the body, them brutalizing the body, even from the state office, the state coroner, brutalizing the body, what was already done to the body before. Because like I said, that's iffy, and they're not giving details because some things, they're not saying if he was found like that or they did a lot of more destructive testing to his body at the state pathologist, at the corners, when they was having his body for 22 days and got Carmen out there still looking for her son. They're not being specific. And when police and authorities and detectives, when they're not being specific with you and giving you details, it's because they're hiding something. And that's with any person, any human being. If I can't give you details on something, I'm hiding something. I don't want you to know something. I'm keeping something from you. Okay? So, with that being said, they didn't give us the information on what was already wrong with him or how they found him. Also, Carmen Day has no pictures on how they found her son. When you get there, you're supposed to take pictures of the crime scene, how he was found, all of that, what he had on. Because I had a person comment about when I say he was naked. you took that literally. Well, naked, if I say completely naked, I mean completely nude. But also when I say naked, what he had on at the dispensary, he didn't have that on when he was found. He was in underclothes, okay? And that still hasn't been stated as a fact. So if you removed his clothes or had clothes removed, that's still considered, to me, in some form naked, okay? So let me just say that because some people hang on to every word and take every word literally. And everything literally. Okay? Um so yeah. So let me say that. But we don't believe that he was drowned, that he drowned because he was a professional swimmer. And if he did drown, he drowned because he was incapacitated when he was thrown into the river. And he was found face down, is what they say. Now, we don't know for sure because, again, LaSalle, BPD, FBI are not being specific on Jelani Day's death. They're not being specific. And when you're not being specific, you're hiding things. Okay? So I'm with Carmen. We don't trust the police. Also remember the theory that my last video, a new possible theory that in BP in Bloomington, they believe police stopped him. That police officers were involved. They believe that they were involved. So with that being said, they're definitely gonna cover up for their brother in blue. They're not going to give you all the details because that would implicate them. Okay, so I do believe Carmen is on the right track when it comes to not trusting the local law enforcement and detectives, LaSalle, BPD, because they are possible suspects as well. They're possible suspects. Just like the friends, the girls in the photo, the people by his shoe, whoever was the people in his contacts on his phone. Yeah, the police are suspects, just like those people. Okay, one second. Let's go to the next. Lastly, I told y'all I was going to let y'all know that the GoFundMe Justice for Jelani Day has raised to over $50,000. So that is a great thing that people are trying to still, donate and come together to get justice for Jelani Day because he did not put himself in that river face down. I don't even believe he removed his clothes. I believe that was all a conspiracy. It was all set up. And multiple people was involved to make it look like he had this breakdown, excited delirium, as law enforcement would call it. And he just took off his clothes and committed suicide and he drowned himself. Yeah, this was a conspiracy and it is a cover up. And whoever did this, I do see where the hate crime is there. It's there. It's definitely there. Because his genitals was mutilated. Okay. And that goes way back in history. What our ancestors and people would do to our men, our colored men, they would mutilate their genitals. Okay. They would RAPE them. Okay. So that is a sign to a lot of people of the hate. Because for you to, it's not just enough that you murdered that person, you wanted to destroy their body. So that goes to the hate crime, and that's what I do see. The mutilation and the desecration of the body, even in the coroner's office, they mutilated and desecrated him. Took this sawed off jawbone. Okay, so a lot of things were done to Jelani Day. Okay, and that was nothing but pure hate. But I wanted to bring out this update that the bill has passed in Illinois State Senate. And for in Illinois, if anybody finds the remains of a person and you cannot identify them, you are to notify FBI within 3 days, 72 hours, so they can take over and do what they need to do to help. So I think this is a good bill. It's a great, great, great bill. And people want to put it on, well, you know, Bloomington and LaSalle, they're a smaller city, yada, yada, yada. They didn't have the resources, but neither when they realized that they couldn't do something, neither did they reach out and try. They wasn't moving because I think it was something done inside. They didn't care, you know, and if they didn't have anything involved, they didn't care enough about Jelani Day as being a black young man to move and get help or assistance. They didn't do that. So therefore, they didn't care. They let him be down there getting done whatever to him by the coroner because they didn't care. So I think this is a good bill. This will help in the future for people where that'll hold them responsible. There's no reason why this family has to wait. There'll be no more excuses of making a family wait on an ID, because you will be required by law to notify FBI 3 days after you can't identify someone. Well, they can step in and do their job and handle the rest, and that is a good thing so far. That's what Jelani Day's death has brought, and I think that's a good thing. So y'all comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. This is your girl Queen, and I'll be back with another video.